Hi everyone, Stepan here. I'm gonna play another 15 plus 10 game. I have some more time today. Lucia and I came... Okay, I'm just gonna play e4. Lucia and I came to the island of Hvar because she's doing some... she has a workshop she's attending. So she's actually at the workshop now. So if you've seen my last game, I blundered and managed to swindle my way to a win. So now I'll try to play better. My opponent is rated 2263 provisional, so maybe he is, I don't know, a grandmaster. I don't know. He could be, his rating could be much higher. Just see if everything is okay with the video. Why did I play the Italian? I actually wanted to play the Spanish. Yeah, okay, now I'll play the Italian. It's okay. Let's see. Okay, bishop e7. Oh, that's what my friend Vlatko plays. This is the Hungarian. So now there are lines with d4, ed4, c3, dc3, queen d5, knight h6, bishop h6, castles. Oh, I haven't looked at this in a long time. Okay, so d4, ed4, c3, dc3, queen d5, knight h6, bishop h6, castles, and I think bishop g7 is correct. But against d4, ed4, c3, there's a line with knight a5, which I don't like. And I cannot remember how it goes. d4, ed, c3, knight a5. What am I supposed to play there? Maybe bishop f7, king f7, queen d5. No, not queen d5, because he still didn't take on c3. Why can't I remember this? If I don't remember the line with knight a5, then I'll just play d3. Okay, d4, ed, c3, knight a5. Do I play bishop e2? Yeah, I cannot remember. I'll just play d3. I'm gonna have to look it up after the game. Okay. What's this? Can he play knight a5 here? Maybe. Takes... Okay, I'll just castle. Maybe he could play knight a5 here, but when I take on e5... Knight a5, knight e5, knight c4. He cannot do that. He has to play d6 first. Knight f3. Knight c4, dc4. I think that should still be okay for me. There are some lines with knight a5 here. I really am struggling to remember. I have to apologize for that because I haven't played the Italian in a serious game for a long time. I'm actually preparing the Spanish and I wanted to play bishop b5, but somehow my intuitive move is bishop c4, so I played it. What's the line with knight a5? Okay, no reason to waste time on that now. I need to concentrate on the game. Okay. So bishop b3 I think is normal. I don't see why not. I don't really like running into knight f6, so bishop b3. Bishop b7, okay. Now how do I develop? Knight a5 is still not a threat until he plays d6. So knight c3 seems normal. I could also play knight d2, but that's slightly more passive. a4 should always be a good move in these positions, but maybe not straight away. I'm going to develop my knight first and then go for a4. Maybe knight d2 was more precise, but I saw no reason to block my bishop in. And if he plays d6... now I cannot go c3. I should have played knight d2 so that on d6 I have c3. But on d6 I could go a4. a4, b4, knight e2. d6, a4 takes, bishop takes. He cannot take. d6, a4, b4, knight d2. Knight a5. Yeah, that seems okay. Also, the reason why I played knight c3 is to prevent knight f6 and an early d5. Next I'm thinking rook e1, maybe bishop e3, or just leave my bishop there until I can transfer my knight to the king side. So if d6, I need to play a3 or a4. a4 seems way more active. And it's when your opponent has a pawn on b5, you need to play a4. That's how we usually punish the pawn on b5. I mean, not punish, but you attack the structure. If he plays a normal move like knight f6, can I go a4 there? a4, knight a5, bishop a2, b4. Okay, he did play knight f6. So now rook e1 is normal, knight e4 seems premature, a4 seems okay, knight e2 seems okay, knight e2, knight a5, knight e5, knight e2, d6, c3 seems okay. Because I don't want to play a4 immediately. I think I should be improving my pieces. So I'll just play knight e2. Wait, can he play d5? I wanted to prevent d5. Knight e2, d5 takes, knight takes. Okay, rook e1 first, rook e1 first. To make sure he doesn't have d5. I need to put pressure on e5. And then if I go knight e2, he still has d5 because I'm blocking in my rook. I don't want to get short on time, and I don't want to blunder like in the last one. Okay, so castles, knight e2, d5 takes, knight takes. Knight g3, putting pressure on the pawn on e5. How can he defend? He can play f6, but he shouldn't play f6 because then his knight is pinned. So I don't think he can play d5 or knight e2. He probably should start with d6. Okay, so what does this do? This prevents knight e2, but he's moving his bishop twice, so that should be bad. And if I go a3, giving my bishop a square, what is he going to do? Also, if I go a4, now he doesn't have b4. Okay, so a4, if knight d4, I can still take on e5. Knight b3, cb3. a4, if he allows me to take, I don't win a pawn because my knight is pinned. So should I play bishop d2? I mean, he moved his bishop twice. That cannot be good. Okay, so bishop d2 is the passive candidate move. a4 is the aggressive one. Bishop d2, d6. Can I then go knight e4 or a4? I like bishop d2. I don't want to do anything drastic before I've developed my pieces. I mean, now my rook is defended. That's something. And I've unpinned. That also cannot be bad. I need to get a glass of water. Sorry. I don't understand bishop b4, to be honest. Okay, he just castles, so he still cannot move his knight. Now I could consider knight e4. Knight e4, he takes on d2. Because if he doesn't take on d2, I can play c3. If knight e4, knight e4, then bishop e4, threatening to take on b4. So knight e4, bishop e4, bishop d2, queen d2. And I'm threatening bishop c6 and knight e5, and also just knight e5. The alternative is a4, where he still doesn't have b4. So a4 takes, knight takes. I like knight takes. I also like rook takes, but knight takes seems more active. Because if he doesn't do anything, I can take. a4, he doesn't have knight d4 because I take on e5. If he takes, I take with the knight, threatening the bishop. So bishop d2, queen d2, threatening knight c5. So he probably plays d6. Is my knight misplaced? My knight is kind of misplaced, but at least I have a better pawn structure. So a4 or knight e4 or knight e2. I like knight e4 best, I think. So knight e4. If takes on d2, then queen d2. He doesn't have knight a5. He doesn't have knight d4. He plays d6. a4 is more aggressive. a4 takes, knight takes. Okay, I'm gonna play a4 because I want to try and exploit the fact that the bishop is on b4. I want to attack this structure. I think it has to be correct to attack this structure because there's a pawn on b5 and he cannot play b4. Usually b4 is what you want to do to prevent c3, but now he cannot do that. He still cannot play d5. At some point he's gonna have to play d6. By the way, I'm not doing this to trade rooks. I don't want to take and trade rooks. I would love to win the pawn on b5. So if he takes on c3, I should be much better with my bishop pair. My bishops would be just too strong, and then I would have to prepare d4 to open up my dark squared bishop, or simply transfer it back to d2. Maybe with the idea of pinning on f6, so bishop g5, knight e4. What can he do? If he plays d6, I win a pawn. If he takes on a4, I take with the knight. The idea is to take the bishop and play knight c5. But then he just goes... Okay, if he has to go bishop c8, that's great, but I think... Okay, I still like it because he would have an isolated pawn on a6, which is a huge target if I can use the a file, and I can because my rook is on the open a file, half open a file. I forgot how much I like the Italian. I played the London system for too long. It was almost... Okay, he took the knight. Okay, that surprises me. So I'll just take back. I don't think I should look at BC, even though it gives me control over d4. Wait, BC? Yeah, but then he has knight a5. I don't want to allow knight a5. So I'll just take with the bishop. I mean, maybe this was interesting, but... Okay, now I'm threatening to take on e5. I mean, I should be better now. I have the bishop pair and my bishops are better than his pieces. My light squared bishop is better than his because I'm looking at f7. His bishop is looking at my e4 pawn. He still doesn't have a d5. What am I missing? Why can't I just take this? I'm just gonna take this because I don't see the refutation. Okay, so... What's the idea? c5? What? Okay, this is very anticlimactic. I don't know. Is there a point to this? There's no point to this. He doesn't have anything. Okay. Okay, so this was easy. I was afraid because he has a high rating that he may just... Okay, he just left the game. Okay, I guess we'll spend the video looking at... If he doesn't come back, we'll spend the video looking at the Hungarian lines with d4. Which I'm ashamed I forgot because to be honest, I haven't studied them in about 3 years. And I just couldn't remember what happens after knight a5. It's strange for somebody, even I don't do that. I don't put my pieces on undefended squares. Okay, but if he doesn't play knight a5, let's look at this position. What can he do? He probably plays d6. Then I could go d4 straight away, just blasting open the center for my two bishops. So, can I move the pieces? No. Okay, so d6, d4, he has to take. Takes, knight takes. Knight takes, bishop takes. I'm losing this one. So I cannot do d4 straight away. So maybe I just have to play this slowly and try to open up the position for my bishop pair later. So d6, how can I improve? I don't want to play a5. I would trade, maybe. But I don't see a point to that. Maybe transfer my knight to f5, but that seems kind of slow. Maybe queen e2. With the idea of rook a d1 and then d4. That seems interesting. So d6, queen e2. I don't know if he's coming back. I mean, he just blundered the piece. It would be nice if he at least resigned. It's not okay to do this. Yeah. German Griff. He should resign. Wait, let's come back here to bishop e7. If he comes back, we'll continue playing, but I don't think he's coming back. So on bishop e7, d4 takes, c3, knight a5. What's the move? Do I have knight e5? Knight takes? No, I don't have a knight e5. I can't remember. I just can't remember. Okay, let's just wait for him to resign. Okay, I'm going to talk about something other than this game because it's not interesting. So yeah, basically Lucia and I have been traveling for about 4 or 5 days now. She's an artist, and there's a lot of stuff going on for her now. Her film is on several film festivals. So we are visiting all of them, and right now we are here on the island of Hvar because she has a workshop. I'm really bad at explaining stuff like this, but it's an artist meetup of some sort. They brought several artists to do stuff together. There's a project here, and I'm just tagging along, enjoying the island and studying chess, preparing for my next tournament. We are leaving in 2 days. We are going to visit my parents for a couple of days, and then we are going to another festival where her film is in the competition. And then we are going to visit her parents again, and then I will be off home to do nothing but prepare for the tournament, and she's going to do something else, I don't know. But yeah, my next tournament is the European Amateur Championship, which is under 2300. So I'll be competing in the 2000 to 2300 rating range, the highest one. So that means I should have 9, I think it's a 9-round tournament, 9 strong games, hopefully all opponents higher rated than me. I'm preparing a new repertoire for the biggest part. I'll be playing some interesting openings. As I've already promised, I'm not going to play the London. And as you can see, my preparation with e4, okay, I played the Italian now by mistake, but is not perfect, and I've therefore decided to mix things up. So I'll be trying several different setups, several different openings. I may get punished because I'm not going to play lower rated opponents against whom it's much easier to try out new stuff, but still it's going to make it harder for my opponents to prepare, hopefully. I mean, when you choose an opening you haven't been playing, then your opponent usually has something against it anyway. Okay, let's claim this victory. This is getting irritating. Okay, now let's look at the game. 12 moves. Okay, we don't have to use the engine, I think. Let's just use the live book. Okay, so this position is thematic because, okay, so here if you take, then c3, and if takes, there's a line with queen d5 and here and castles. And then I think bishop g7 is correct, king g7 and knight c3, and white should be better. So this line I know well. However, after c3, there's a line with knight a5. And now what's the move? Okay, so this I couldn't remember. I didn't think it was queen d4. Queen d4 seems strange. Huh. Okay, let's check this one out with the engine. Queen d4 shouldn't be good, I feel. Yeah, this should be equal. So bishop e2 is the main move. Now dc, knight c. So what do I have for the pawn? Yeah, I'm not sure. So yeah, I don't like this position. I don't think I have enough. So I'm a pawn down with queen a4. I've lead the development, but is that enough? I don't think that's enough. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so a6, castles is okay. b5, bishop d5 immediately. Yeah, because I can just win a pawn. What is wrong with me? I thought I was running into knight f6, but I just play bishop d5 and on knight f6 I take on c6 and on e5. Oh, okay, this was bad. Knight c3 is okay, knight f6. a4 immediately was good, bishop b4. Again, a4 was good, finally a4. Bishop c3, bc3 was better, okay. Yeah, now d6 and, okay, knight a5 we're not going to look at, but against d6 I was going to play queen e2. And I don't know what he does. Let's say rook e8. I was thinking here, preparing d4. b4. Yeah, this is slightly uncomfortable. You'd think I can just take here, but it's probably not that simple. Yeah, just a5, and he's going to pick this one up. Unless I can do something like this. Okay, yeah, I definitely made a mistake with bishop b3. That was just a stupid move. Should have spent more. How much time did I spend? Why doesn't it change the time? Okay, so I spent no time, apparently. Okay, so this was an easy game. I mean, sometimes other people blunder. It's better than me blundering. Thank you for watching. I'm actually going to upload this one tomorrow. So yeah, for you it's today, but stay tuned for more chess. More games coming, hopefully more wins. Bye.